This is CJ's Diecast Garage. In this video, we'll be doing a tour of Wilkinson'S Automobilia on East 4th and Main in Vancouver, BC, Canada. This is when you walk in Wilkinson's. He's got a vast array of collectibles, mostly diecast in 143 and 118 scale. Here's the view when you come in from right to left. As you can see, he has a large array of vehicles on display in shelves, but also in the boxes. Here is a vast array of auto art, most of which you cannot see, and so it's best to check online at his Automobilia online site. Here you can also find a lot of vehicles on display. Ted carries a wide variety of multiple different manufacturers and also vintage to newer ones, but it's really nice to have it in display so you can see the quality. For example, the M4 BMW and the McLarens here, both side by side, and some Aston Martins and a Porsche. So lots on display. It's really nice to see the vehicles out of the box so you can see more closely what you're planning to purchase, and just gives you a sense of the quality. He does allow you to, with his help, take them out and take a look at them more closely before purchasing as well. He also has some really nice vintage offerings, both probably new but used condition as well. Here's an Alfa Romeo, the Pagani Huayra Roadster, and I'm not sure what this other one is. So they're, a mixture of old and new. Here's a beautiful old Ferrari, and another one here. These are sometimes either older models that have been brought in from collections, or they're new models. And so I think these here are GT Spirit's rendering of an older Ferrari. And here's some American fare with some Corvettes and Cobras and another Ferrari. Both race and just driving Ferraris as well. Here's the front and back look at these two here. And he also has a selection of limousines. They're quite long stretch limousines. You'd have to have a significant shelf to be able to put some of these on. And of course, he's got a lot of American fare like Mustangs, the Challengers. Here's the Ford Performance GT, and also a lot of European, Mercedes-Benz, BMW, and beautiful old classic look of a Mercedes-Benz as well. And here you have a very vintage looking Maserati setup. Here's one looking towards the entrance down the hallway. He has a huge selection of Norev and also Solido, and in the back, top speed 118 scale. And here again are just some shelves of cars out of box or in box that are older, have been brought in from collections and for sale. So there's a mixture of newer stuff and older stuff that is unboxed, and so I'm sure you can help you with that. And a lot of first responders vehicles, both mostly fire trucks and police cars, ambulances and such. There's lots also interesting scaled model race cars as well. And here is a selection of older die-cast or plastic vehicles as well. So lots of options for different levels of collecting, whatever your nuance is. And he does also carry this K-scale, which I haven't actually bought any yet of, but they look really interesting. Here's a very large selection of 143 scale, just this Solido, the different manufacturers, there are plenty. And here's some more look at some of the models close up that he has just open box, so you can take a good look at. He also has a pretty extensive offering of Formula One cars, and also a very large selection of motorbikes. Here we see figurines. He does have some figurines, not only for motorbikes but also other things as well, and quite large mini champs offerings of motorbikes too. He also has an extensive amount of magazines, manuals for cars that are quite extensive as well. He has some clothing and some hats, and other collectibles besides diecast that enthusiasts can get, and a lot of books, amazing books on different cars, history of cars. And so yeah, just continue to look here and see what strikes your fancy. He has a lot. It's kind of like a candy shop for a kid coming in here. Lots of mini champs, of course. Here's a unique cult scale model. So many models I've never heard of. Here's a close-up of a couple of vehicles in his display case with the Gulf livery, and just gorgeous. Some vintage there. So it's kind of like a museum in some ways coming here. I always appreciate just even dropping by and yeah, just checking out what the different vehicles are and appreciating kind of a history of cars. And he has a lot of offerings of various machinery as well, big trucks, rigs, semi-trucks from Europe and North America as well. And so going back to the case here, we have just, yeah, a number of offerings. Of course, I can't detail them all, but you can go on his website. I would recommend browsing through his website, as it gives you opportunity to see in detail some of the specs and the pricing. He does have pricing on most of the boxes and underneath the display of the cars, but you can always ask if need be. But yeah, I've always experienced a great reception talking to Ted, the owner, and he's just very friendly and very knowledgeable. Has a rich history of being in the whole car auto world. So thanks for watching, and hope you can drop by Wilkinson's in the future, Vancouver, on the corner of East 4th Avenue and Main Street. Or if you're not able to be in Vancouver in person, you can go to his website at eautomobilia.com, which I will put in the details below. I hope you've enjoyed this tour of Wilkinson'S Automobilia. Alright, take care, have a good one.